Hey guys, and welcome back to the Happily Committed channel. If this is your first time on the channel, welcome. We created this project, this community specifically for you to help guide you through anything that you are going through in your relationship, the good, the bad, the ugly. If you are here because you are seeking support, if you are here because you're wanting to gain knowledge and how to maintain and sustain a healthy relationship, if you messed up and you're trying to fix the situation and position yourself in such a way that you're able to reconcile with your partner, you have come to the right place. If you are new, because you'll get the notifications whenever we post new content, and we are always posting new content. So the more information for you, the better. And the reason for why we do that is because we want to be able to support you and help you navigate through anything you are going through. If you have already been a part of the Happily Committed community, welcome back. And I thank you for helping to build this community, right? Oftentimes, I get asked questions quite frequently, right? In my DMs, emails, one-on-one coaching sessions, all of those things. And one of the things that comes up quite frequently, specifically on this channel, is the topic or the question around infidelity, right? What does infidelity mean? How do you navigate infidelity? How do you forgive your partner after an affair? And it is a very prominent thing. And the truth of the matter is, there's a multitude of different variations of infidelity, right? So what I wanted to talk about today was the differences between an emotional affair and a physical affair. So let's start with the emotional affair, right? Actually, you know what? Before we jump into the emotional affair, let's just talk about infidelity in general, right? I want to be very clear. There is not one particular definition for infidelity because infidelity is subjective. It is how you view infidelity, right? So for one person, it may be you texting another person outside of the relationship may be considered cheating. For another person, it may be the actual physical act of intimacy with somebody outside of the partnership is considered infidelity. For another person, it may be investing your energy, your time and energy into a friend outside of the relationship, even if there isn't any physical intimacy, even if there isn't any flirting, but investing more time into that individual than you are investing into your own personal relationship can also be considered cheating. So again, there's multiple different variations of infidelity. It all just depends on how you view infidelity. So if you have not stopped to think about your perception or how you view infidelity, it is something that I highly recommend you do because it will help you to gain a better understanding of what your needs and expectations are within the relationship, and will also help you to set very specific boundaries with your partner so you can have very clear and productive conversations around this subject. That being said, the two things that I wanted to talk about, like I mentioned, is an emotional affair and a physical affair. So what is an emotional affair? An emotional affair is basically when you invest a lot of time and energy into somebody outside of the relationship, more so than you are investing within the relationship itself, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that you are being physically intimate with this person. It doesn't necessarily mean that you are flirting with this person, although most of the time there is an element of flirting, right? Because most of the time emotional affairs develop into something more. But really, it's just about allowing yourself to be vulnerable with somebody outside of your partner. Now, let me clarify. Vulnerability is a beautiful thing, and it is necessary in order to develop any kind of relationship, right? To be able to connect and bond with family members, friends, your partner, all of those things. What I'm saying here is when you start to invest more of your trust and communicate more with a person outside of the relationship who is not your partner about how you are feeling, frustrations that you may have, conflict that is not resolved, and all of those things, but you are not giving your partner the time of day, nor expressing any of those things to them. So therefore, you actually start to disconnect from your partner more and connect to this other individual. So that's why emotional affairs can be a little bit tricky, because people can use the excuse and say, oh, well, that's just a friend, and I'm just sharing those things with a friend. So a good rule of thumb is, if you are able to share specific information with your friend, you should be able to share the same information with your partner, because technically your partner is also your friend, first and foremost, right? The strongest relationships that I have seen are based in friendship. So whatever you share with your friend, you should be able to share with your partner. Now, I understand there are certain things that you're not going to share, right? Because it even may be about your partner. But if it is about your partner, you should be able to communicate those concerns, those frustrations, those resentments, whatever, with them in order to work through the issue. So really, it's about a matter of the energy and the investment that you are putting into the relationship, opposed to the person that you are having the emotional affair with. The physical affair, right, is when you are actually physically becoming intimate with somebody outside of your relationship. So that is when we get into, actual physical cheating. And it may not necessarily mean that it is an emotional affair. It may just be a physical affair, right? It might have been a one-night stand, might have been somebody that you had sex with a couple of times and then cut off that connection. Whatever the case may be, it just means that it basically graduated from something that was innocent and platonic to something that no longer is, something that has become physically intimate, and therefore you have broken the trust of your partner within the relationship. Most of the time, what is at the root of both of these things is some level of dissatisfaction, lack of fulfillment, unresolved conflicts, right, that have just compounded over the years, disconnect, lack of attraction, lack of intimacy, all of these different things that are at the root of why we feel the need to step outside of our relationship. And if you are the person who was cheated on, I empathize with you. I know how incredibly difficult that can be. And if you are watching this video to try to gain some perspective, right, I hope that this is giving you a little bit more context and a little bit more information around it. That being said, it is always possible to repair, reconcile, and fix a relationship after infidelity if you are willing to. I'm not saying that you have to. I'm not saying that, your life will be 10 times better after the affair. This is a subjective experience. And if for you, you feel like, no, I cannot continue after this affair, that is okay. That is your right. You have every right to feel that way, and you have every right to make the decision that you want to make. But my assumption would be, if you are here, if you are trying to learn about infidelity, is because there is a part of you that wants to potentially fix the relationship. And if you want to fix the relationship, it is going to take a lot of mental and emotional fortitude in order to do that. But at the root of that is making the decision to try to fix it. And like I've said in my videos before, I have worked with so many clients who are in very similar circumstance or situation as you, and the relationship has actually become stronger because all of the dirty laundry is aired. All of the stuff that had been buried for years has now come up to the surface, and you are forced to deal with it. Now, whether you have the energy or the capacity to deal with it is different, but that is why I'm here to help you and support you navigate that situation. So if you feel like you need help navigating that, if you feel like you are completely lost and that you have no alternative and you just have no freaking idea what to do, I am more than happy to support you and walk you through that process. I have navigated this with many people before who have ended up having incredibly successful relationships after the infidelity, because it's an eye-opening experience for both parties. So if that is something that you are wanting to do, I would highly recommend booking a one-on-one coaching session. I am more than happy to help you with that. You can book your one-on-one coaching session on the website, www.happily-committed.com. And to make your life a little bit easier, I will also put a link in the description box below so that you can go directly to the coaching page. That being said, most people always ask, okay, well, now that I know what an emotional affair is and a physical affair is, what the hell do I do about it? If you are wanting to know how to end an emotional affair, right? So if you are the person who committed the affair and you're wanting to know how to end the emotional affair, I will provide a link in the description box below to the video that will help you do that. And it specifically teaches you how to end an emotional affair. So if you want to know how, make sure you click on that link in the description box below. If you like this video, if you related to this video, if this is a situation or circumstance that you are currently in, please make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, and you also leave a comment down below. I want to know your story. I want to know what you're going through. I do my best to read all the comments. I do my best to comment on as many of them as I possibly can, because the reality is this channel is yours, right? You're in control. So anything that you feel that you need, any questions that you may have, any video or content that you would like to see, make sure you let us know. You know, we take all of that to heart and we utilize that to create the content for this page, because we are providing these recommendations for you. If you want to know a little bit more, right? If you just want some more details, maybe you just kind of want to explore the page, again, you can visit us at www.happilycommitted.com, where we have articles and blogs and videos and all of that for you. If you are struggling with infidelity and you feel like you just want to be able to really learn and read, we have an amazing product for couples. It's the Infidelity program, and you can also find that on the website in the product section. And I would highly recommend taking that course. It will change your perspective and it will help you to get on the right road. Again, my name is Danny. I'm your life and relationship coach. I hope you're staying happy and healthy, and I will see you on the next video.